Congressman Banks joining us from Bedminster. Congressman, you say that despite everything Trump has been through, there's a new level of outrage he's expressing tonight. Why do you suspect that is? Pray tell. From members, Laura, who are
I've never seen President Trump as fired up as what he was tonight. He is not deterred. He's not fazed at all by what the DOJ has done to him, an unprecedented move of raiding the home of a former president and not at all explaining to the American people about why they did it. But House Republicans, there were a dozen of us that visited with President Trump tonight. We wanted to go and tell President Trump we stand with him. And when Kevin McCarthy is Speaker of the House, Jim Jordan will be the right man at the right time in the right place as chairman of the House Judiciary Committee to hold the Department of Justice accountable for these actions. House Republicans are unified more than ever before to fight alongside President Trump to save this country. We largely, everyone in the room encouraged President Trump to run for president again, and the sooner he gets out and starts campaigning, the better. He helps Republicans in the midterm elections to get out his voters to support growing a historic Republican majority over the next 2 years that'll pave the way for winning back the White House in 2024. We have to get it done.
Congressman Banks, there was some concern that I've heard expressed about when the president would announce that he was running again. Some people thought, he should wait till after the midterms. Others said it didn't matter. But does this raid change that calculation in your estimation, and what would be gained by an earlier announcement?
Well, I think if anything, the raid unifies Republicans in the outrage, and we're all hearing it from constituents in our districts. I'm hearing it from every Republican colleague in the House that I've talked to today, and I've talked to dozens of them today about what happened last night. It unifies us in our outrage to fight back, and if anything, it paves the way for Donald Trump to unify the party once again and run for president. I really believe if he gets out and hits the campaign trail, he's going to fire up Republicans and non-traditional Republicans to come out to the polls in November to fight back against the corruption of this administration, what they've done to tear America apart, to weaponize the Department of Justice in such an un-American way, to go after the chief and primary political opponent of the current president of the United States is something we've never seen before in American history. And that outrage is going to lead to a massive turnout of Americans who are going to say, we're not going to take it anymore. We're going to take back our country from Joe Biden, the radical Democrats, and those who would abuse their power in such a way.
Congressman, how concerned is President Trump about this predicate being laid? You can hear it in the media and other networks and other commentators about how, we've got to watch what's being said online. We've got to anticipate the violence, maybe worse than January 6th. I mean, they're setting this up as conservatives who are outraged about this need to have their rights curtailed, but heaven forbid something terrible will happen. Is he concerned about the diminution of First Amendment rights in the aftermath of this raid?
Well, of course the president is concerned about what the left is trying to do to his supporters, to Republicans around the country who have stood with him before, but he's not deterred, and for good reason. The American people are more skeptical of the mainstream left-wing media than they've ever been before, these narratives that they've tried to use in the past. And, take Merrick Garland, for example, as you've already mentioned, calling parents showing up at school board meetings domestic terrorists, and then paving the way to what you've seen them do today, seizing the cell phone of my colleague Scott Perry as well. These activities are highly politically motivated, and the American people see it for what it is. They get it. They know what's going on here, and that's why the outrage is larger than I've ever felt before.
Yeah, as they're getting poorer, their country has open borders, crime is going through the roof, and food is still sky high. I mean, the whole thing, it's all one big package of disaster. Congressman Banks, I'm glad you were up there tonight. Thank you so much.